know you were
You're
here. See, we're
always
talking
here.
to the guy, you know, we're talking to ourselves.
I know. You're that funny
Anyway,
little voice.
we play a lot of music that was actually played in this area. And not a lot of people know about that because you don't hear it on the radio very much and you don't hear it on television hardly at all. But anyway, a lot of this music that we think of now as mountain music was actually played in this area because the settlers that first came into Illinois and Iowa and settled this whole thing and set up the government and the county seats and all that kind of stuff, they were from New England and also from the South. And if there's anything I kind of found out as I've been looking into folk music is there were a lot of national fads and a lot of national trends.
These posts are poison.
Thanks, Greg.
He said these posts are poison. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, wash your hands after you touch them. Okay, anyway. The music was kind of universal, and so what we now think of as mountain music was actually played in this area, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But what that meant to me was I liked the music to start with and also gave me an excuse to play it and say, see, we didn't have to kind of steal something from another part of the country. This really was ours. But it also gives us an idea that maybe we just need to dig a little bit and understand a little bit better what was going on in this area because there was a lot of history in this area. And we got some guys here from the Buckskinner camp sitting out front right now, and I don't know if everybody's been over there or not. Yeah, there they are. Yeah. Hey.
The crazies.
And they're depicting the fur trade era, which ended in 1840. And that whole thing was the fur trading. That was French voyageurs and mountain men going out and discovering places that had never been before. Nobody had ever been out there before. And the Mississippi River especially and the Illinois River were big highways for that stuff. They collected all this stuff up north and shipped her downstream. And if they didn't ship it downstream, what they did was they went down, oh, where was it? I think, they made sure everything got dropped off at Prairie du Chien, and then they paddled up the Wisconsin River and did some portaging, so they wound up in the Great Lakes and took it east that way. So, anyway, a lot of stuff happened around here. And besides that, this was the Old West at one time, and all those things that you read about, and all those guys with the gunfights and stuff, that was going on around here. That wasn't out in Arizona. They were mining out in Arizona. They were shooting them up out here and stealing horses and all that stuff.
We're going to start out with a tune called Mississippi Sawyer. We've done a little research, found out the Sawyer is actually a tree that would get uprooted off an island, float downstream until the roots would catch. And it'd be bobbing into water like this. It'd be okay if a showboat would become downstream, they could run right over top of it, no problems. But if they're going upstream, the Sawyer side come up, it's wham, right in the hull, and big hole, and a lot of water in the boat.
And I got thinking about that, and if you can imagine, the tree roots are sitting in the bottom of the river, and as soon as the boat would hit that tree, the more the boat tried to go forward, the more the tree would dig down into the riverbed and force its way up through the boat just because it was trying to stand it up, so it wasn't, this was no party. The story that we get a kick out of is there was an old guy named Captain French, and he had 5 showboats by the name of New Sensation. He really got a kick out of that. And about the second one out, it was pretty much on its maiden voyage. It was down by New Orleans, and it ran into a Sawyer, and he was going to be just fitting tight if he was going to lose a showboat that easily, all that money he spent and everything. So he got his crew to grease him up, and they stuck him down in the hole, and they fed him food and whiskey or whatever it took, and just long enough to keep it so it didn't sink, so they got him to the port where they could get it fixed. And he didn't lose the boat, so...
Oh, just so you know how valuable they really were at that time.
They blew him up right and left, though. They were always, they always liked to see who could get there the fastest. And I guess the nice little trick was you took a wrench that kind of weighed a certain amount of pounds
and hung
it on the safety valve so you could load more steam so you could get there faster. And my dad, as I was growing up, said, don't go out in those river boats. They're top heavy and they tip over. Everybody thinks, oh, there's something going on. They all go to one side of the boat and tip over. So I don't know if that's true, but that's what he used to say. So they were not safe.
Anything else?
Yeah, this is a song called Mississippi Sawyer.
my mother's island boy, and my mother's island boy, and my mother's island boy. Sing a little tune called Old Churchyard. Grass I see now, sweet dead vine. Grass I see now, sweet dead vine. Grass I see now, sweet dead vine. Walke, chicken head said, you're mine. 15 cents for a moping fields, 25 cents for a beer. 15 cents for a moping fields, get me away from here. I come here from Iowa, I come here from Iowa, I come here from Iowa.
That's why I sing this away.
Oh well.
Dance all night till all day, dance all night till all day, dance all night till all day, that's so good and say. I am my mother's island boy, am my mother's island boy, am my mother's island boy. Oh, churchyard.
Last time?
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So I was thinking last night around the campfire over in the camp, we kind of went through Soldier's Joy just a few times.
Once or twice.
Once or twice.
Oh, Pat's gonna dig out another instrument. Which one I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh no, I guess let's just do what we always do.
Oh, she's gonna dig out her dulcimer.
Dulcimer.
Or ducklammer.
Ducklammer. Oh boy, if everybody knows what this is, but I'm really surprised. At the Buckskinner camp last night, it used to be you walked around with a dulcimer and people went, what's that? Now you walk around with a dulcimer and they say, I got one too. How do you play yours? You know. And if you don't know what this is, it's a very easy instrument to play. It's only got, basically, you only have 3 strings to worry about. There's 4 on it, but 2 are tuned the same. They're in the same area. And all you gotta do, if you're gonna play real simple and want to play some melody, you find little books and they have them all numbered out which frets are where, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and back down to 2 or however you play it. And it's not that hard. It doesn't, there's holes in it. If you compare it to a guitar fingerboard, there's no sharps or flats in there, so you can't miss, really, usually.
Hopefully.
So anyway, that's how you play it. There's a couple of different ways of playing. You can play chords on it or you can play melody on it. My first one was really a terrible one, so I learned to play with a stick because I would have ripped up my thumb and probably would have had to have it amputated or something like that. So I learned to play that way. And then I got a better dulcimer, and now I can play with my fingers a little bit better. And I got ants running all over it, too. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you guys go back to nature.
All
There
new
we go.
sweet music.
If I still really start playing quickly up here, you'll know why.
How are we doing here?
And we live out in the farm. So this is a song about our, well,
Dedicated to our chickens.
dedicated to our chickens. All the mommy chickies and all the little chickies and everybody.
Out in the hen house doing my chores, all I heard old geezy snore, just a rooster saying his prayers, thanking the Lord for the hens up there. Who broke lock? I don't know. Who broke lock on the hen house door? I'll find out, that's for sure. Who broke lock on the hen house door? Barnyard rooster, the barnyard hen, little gals, little dog coming in. Barnyard hens, they start to cry. Oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. Who broke the lock? I don't know. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I'll find out, that's for sure. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Barnyard rooster, barnyard hen, he ain't laid eggs to the Lord knows when. Barnyard hen, barnyard rooster, he ain't been around as much as he used to. Who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I'll find out, that's for sure. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Barnyard rooster, hen, I wish, no, my gal, I love you the best. Barnyard hens, I'll call you live, cause the roost with a big Shanghai. Who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I'll find out, that's for sure. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Been with chickens too long. Who broke the lock?
I don't know.
Who broke the lock on the hen house door? I'll find out, that's for sure. Who broke the lock on the hen house door? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You do have to spend a little time watching chickens to get that perfected.
I think you've been with them too long.
This is a song. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, you gotta pick up the stick. Yeah. This is a song. I suppose this is really folk music, and I guess it's probably Iowa folk music, if there is such a thing. My grandmother used to sing this, and this is one of her favorite songs. And she's not around anymore, but luckily I've got a couple of uncles that just think this is nifty stuff, and it doesn't take too long to get them wound up, and they'll just play all night, everything they know how to play. They play an old bar-style guitar, too. Oh, if you ask them about it, they learned it from some Mrs. Kiefer when they were kids. And it's kind of like the Hawaiian-style guitar. They would set the nut up so it would be higher, and then have it tuned to an open chord, and then you just go up like to the 4th fret and the 5th fret, and you'd have all the chords you needed. And they would figure out just what fret you needed to be at for what chord. And the nice thing about it was then he would just sit there like a regular guitar player and go boom dingy or whatever you wanted to do for the rhythm, and it sounded pretty good. And he never hit the wrong note because the chord was already there. And all he had to do was hold it down. He didn't do any slide work. It was just there or it wasn't. Anyway, he knows a bunch of them. And this is one of them, and if you want to sing along on the chorus, it's real easy. And in fact, when I was a little kid, when you're a certain age and it belongs to you and your family, you kind of go, oh God, they're at it again, you know. And then you get a little older and you realize maybe that was your culture that they were trying to give to you. So the chorus goes, it always sounds high. Tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la. Tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la.
Complicated, ain't it?
Goes down and comes back up.
Okay, kick her off.
And this is how the melody went. Words went. Spring once said to the nightingale, I mean to give you birds a ball. Pray, Mum, ask the birdies all, birds each one dressed in his Sunday best. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Well, they danced all day till the sun went down, and the mother bird prepared to go. Then one and all, both great and small, flew to the nest from the birdie's ball. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Thank you very much.
Banjo?
Let's do the bull roar.
Okay, Patty's gonna get a fun little instrument. Actually, it's a toy, we're gonna call it. It's an American Indian instrument. They used to use it for calling up good spirits or chasing away evil spirits, calling for rain, or actually chasing buffalo around. It gets a weird, eerie sound. You have to listen carefully. I don't know how many people want to hear it.
I don't know how you can hear it, but we'll try it. They used to use it for chasing up rain, too. That's all there is to it.
You do it slow, you get a lower note. You do it real fast, you get a higher note.
I can see where they thought maybe it had something to do with good or evil spirits. Pretty weird.
That's enough playing.
That's enough. That's it. We get a little bit of everything here. Thank you very much. That's Native American, boy.
How about,
One of these guys?
yeah. Oh, Pat's gonna dig out a lumberjack now. Some of you folks were here earlier this afternoon seeing these. These are Appalachian dancing men. Actually, they're a percussion instrument. They give these to the smaller children when they're too small to pick up one of these big clunky things or a banjo or whatever. And they play with them. And that way they get their rhythm all set up, and they're way ahead of the game when they're a little older and are able to pick up an instrument and start playing with it.
And it's based on, it looks like a clog dancer if you've ever seen them. The top part of their body is just stiff and still, and their legs are just flying in every conceivable direction. In fact, we have a clogger here today in the Allen Street String Band. She'll be probably doing some clogging later on. How you do this thing is you gotta push down on the board so it hits them on the bottom of the feet. And with any luck, you get a few counter clicks and stuff when the feet come back down. I never know when that's going to happen. And sometimes centrifugal force gets playing in here and his arms go around, but I never know when that's going to happen either. So we just find out. What are you going to do?
I'll tell you about a little model here.
Okay.
Oh my, here we do and they run down the hillside fast right there. Oh my, here we do and they run through a briar patch fast right there. Jump up, young gun bear, run down the hillside fast, keep there. Step back, they shy bear, shy me eye and never touch hair. my butter just sticking out of hair. Oh, my hair, what you doing there? Sitting on the hillside, eating on the bear. Jump up, young gun bear. Running down the hillside, fast eat there. Step back, there, shy bear. Shine the eye and never touch hair. Hold my hair, you don't care, leave my liquor jug sitting right there. Hold my hair, took a spell, kick my liquor jug all to hell. Jump up, young gun bear, run down the hillside, fast eat there. Step back, there, shy bear, shine the eye and never touch hair. Oops. Hold my hair, we doing there, look for where he cars I stare. Hold my hair, we doing there, crying buck, cause she's not there. Jump up, young gun bear, run down the hillside, fast eat there. Step back, there, shy bear, shine the eye and never touch hair. Hold my hair, we doing there, run down the hillside, fast I dare. Hold my hair, we doing there, run through a briar patch, fast I dare. Jump up, young gun bear, run down the hillside, fast I dare. Step back, there, shy bear, shine the eye and never touch hair. Thank you.
That's Fred. He's the star of the show.
Dead star. Yeah, Nellie Bell? Okay, Lumberjack comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms. We got a little pony here. We call her Nellie Bell. Named after a Jeep. We're dating ourselves here. But they've seen little pigs and little sheep and little roosters. One fella said he wants some rooster with ostrich plumes for the tail. But he found out he had to buy them by the pound. So pound's not very much. One day, UPS came with a box this big, by that high. And he still has about half a pound of feathers left if anybody wants any.
Well, I didn't mention with these things, too. We did a retirement party one time. We always say this is for the kids. Yeah, there were two grandfathers sitting on the coffee tables with the lumberjacks, and the kids kept saying, I want to do it next, let me please try it. And he'd say, no, I'm figuring out how it works, and when I do, I'll make you some, you know. But he would never let go of them all night long. But what also is good for this, because it is a rhythm instrument, you can pick out a tune or a little rhyme that maybe your kids get a big kick out of and say, hey, look at you can do this. And when you do the limber man especially, they usually go, oh, play this old man. Well, I got the horse out now, so we can do that. Well, I only go through a couple verses, but you get an idea how easy it is. This old man, he played one, he played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. This old man, he played two, he played knick-knack on my shoe with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. This old man, he played three, he played knick-knack on my knee with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. So you can kind of do that kind of stuff too. Oh, I was going to play some good.
Yeah.
I was all done. No, I'm not all done.
I'm going to play
we have
a
a
song
good time. What the heck?
that we learned off a video of all things. It's called McEmoy's Reel.
Yeah, there's kind of a subculture up around that. It won an award in the early 80s. It was put together by the Canadian radio station, and it was Voyagers. You guys would like that. It's called Crack, and it's all done in French-Canadian tunes and stuff. And it's a guy, he went out in the woods, and he chopped down a tree, and he put a little rocking chair together, and the whole thing depicts the life of the rocking chair.
Chair's life.
And it's all about them getting married and have a buckskinner's wedding, and they go home, and there's a canoe going across the sky, and they're all paddling away like voyagers, and there's a devil in the back with a trident, you know, kind of steering away. And It's all about their kids being raised and kind of modern society coming in. All the way through it goes this tune. It's the wedding dance tune, and it's at the very end too.
Thank you much.
After that, huh?
Mm,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
great.
Do I do round dog? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Along with this election year, we're going to do an election song from 1904. We found out back then everyone had to have their own campaign song.
Oh boy.
This guy never even got the nomination or nothing, but the song still is around. Just proves the song's better than the man sometimes. It's called Hound Dog Song. We did a senior citizens thing one time, about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So an old fella comes toddling up to us, goes, "Yeah, my mother used to sing that first verse to me every morning or every evening before I went to bed." And gosh darn, I didn't know there's words to it. So we made us stop right there and write all the words out for him.
Yeah, you didn't know the rest of the song. That's how it goes.
Every time I go to town, the boys keep kicking my dog around. Makes no difference, he's a hound. Got me kicking my dog around. Me and Lemon and old Bill Brown took a load of corn down. That old Jim dog on real cuz he just naturally followed us. Johnson's store, past the yaps came out the door. Chimney screwed behind the box, all them fellas just throwing rocks. Tied hand, old Jim's tail ran in past the county jail. That just naturally made us sore. Then the cuss as Bill he swore. Me and Lem and old Bill Brown lost no time in getting down, wiping fellers on the ground, kicking my poor dog Jim around. Jim saw duty there and then, lit into them gentlemen, show me mess a courthouse where rags of meat and hot in hair. Every time I go to town, boys keep kicking my dog around. Makes no difference, he's a hound. Got me kicking my dog around. Thank you.
You didn't go. Oh, like you usually do. Yeah, keep it consistent, you know.
Well, here comes another instrument. Which one this
I
time?
don't know. I suppose an Autoharp.
Oh, Pat's gonna get out her Autoharp. I get to take a break. Ah. What you want to do here, Kill?
I don't know. I got ants running all over my Autoharp.
Incredible.
Ants also like Autoharps, apparently.
Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Slow down, Al.
I'm getting my second win.
Oh no.
We're all in trouble.
We're
Allen
in
Street
trouble
String
now.
Band's in trouble now. Al's primed up again.
This is an Autoharp. A while ago, this spring, I had the chance. I'm taking some music courses at college, and they decided to have some kind of recital thing of some kind, and I didn't know what they were going to do with me. I've been playing piano with them for a while, but it sure isn't really good enough to get up there and play on their grand piano. So they said, well, just play music, you play music. So I got up there with one of these things and with my banjo and stuff. But what's neat about that was somebody also was playing harpsichord that day. And so I was sitting up here like about here, and the harpsichord was over there. And that was really neat because I don't know how many times we've had pictures taken of us, and it's been like in the newspaper and stuff like that, and they go, yep, and there they are playing their harpsichords. And they really mean one of these things. So I finally got a chance to say to the audience, this is an autoharp and that's a harpsichord. And actually, considering this is kind of like a harp and you play with chords, I see why they think that. But we always tell people it says Autoharp right on it, so you can tell.
It's also called the idiot zither.
Yeah. Invented in
1885.
1885. And
By Charles Zimmerman.
yeah. And I noticed today I might be about one of the only Autoharp players on stage, besides you. I think so. So all you gotta do is, if you ever get one of these things or get inspired to get one, they got the chord names all written on them. You push down a button and it holds down a chord, and you play everything that it's not damping out. And if you ever want to try and play melody on the thing, all you gotta do is find out what chord the note is in and kind of mess around with it until you find the right one.
Play.
So, this is a song that Mike's granddad used to sing on his way to school and back.
Okay,
He's
my
97.
grandpa's
Gonna be
97
98.
now. He's coming up on 98. A song called Grandfather's Clock. And it was written 1785, I believe.
How
75?
about 1875?
1875.
You're making them
There.
older than they really are.
Oh well.
But that's
it's
another
still
case
old
of
time.
one of those songs that really was a national fad, and it really did get out this far, too. So, if you want to sing along, you sure are welcome to. Where'd it go?
That's one of the hazards of Autoharp.
Well, the grandfather's clock was too tall for the shelf, so stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, but weighed not a penny, weighed more. It was bought on the morn of the day that he was born, and was always his pride and his joy. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life meant its numbering. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. In watching the pendulum swing to and fro, many hours that he spent as a boy. In childhood and manhood the clock seemed to know, and it shared in his grief and his joy. For it struck 24 when he entered through the door with a blooming and beautiful bride. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years without slumbering, his life minutes numbering. But it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died.
Thank you. Serious?
Can I show off just a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do some.
Okay, Pat's gonna do some real old time music here by John Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, and if you do Bach, everybody always does this one. So I'll do it too. Let's start over.
Do that.
So anyway. So you can't play notes on these things anyway. Time to put this away, huh?
Yeah.
Do something else.
We're gonna try something different. We're gonna do a sea shanty. I know it sounds a little ridiculous out in this area, but actually the sea captains, they get tired of riding on the ocean all the time. They figure, let's go inland. They start going up down Mississippi, Ohio, and etc. And they still use their work songs. This is actually a work song called Chariots.
Yeah, so we can sneak in a few sea shanties here and there because this is the Mississippi that went by and they had to get the work done and they just used the same old melodies. This one, was this a spiritual that kind of got on seaboard and it kind of got a little messed up, as you can about imagine what the sailors would have done with it. You gonna start it?
Oh, a night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the shore wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll row the old chariots along. We'll row the old chariots along. We'll row the old chariots along. And we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a little bit of grog wouldn't do us any any harm. Oh, a little bit of grog wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a little bit of grog wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the along, we'll roll the chits along, we'll roll the chits along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a night with the ladies wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night with the ladies wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night with the ladies wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the chits along, we'll roll the chits along, we'll roll the chits along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a night with the doctor wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night with the doctor wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night with the doctor wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a night in a brig wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night in the brig wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night in the brig wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, and we'll all hang on behind. Oh, a year at sea wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a year at sea wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a year at sea wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, we'll roll the old chits along, and we'll all hang on behind. That's it.
Those are fun.
Thank you much.
What else are we going to do? Banjo? All time?
Yeah. Now we're going to sea change the fill tunes. How about Upfield Joe?
Okay, you want to do Needle Case first?
Well, you've probably been hearing a lot of fill tunes, and one of the excuses is just different mistakes. And my people, they say they all run together. So we're going to prove it to you and run two more together.
I'm going to turn slightly. I can still hear him, but with any luck, I won't have to look right into that light. I'm getting all kinds of spots and speckles in my eyes. As long as I hear you, it's all right, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What we're doing?
Needle Case and Rock the
Rock
Cradle,
Cradle Joe.
I have to ask Hal. He remembers everything.
Rock that cradle, Joe. I'm gonna rock him when he cries. I'll rock him good and slow.
gonna do when a baby cry? Rock that cradle, Joe. How you gonna rock him when he cries? I'll rock him good and slow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What are we doing here?
Fishers?